Hello, my name is Katie and this is my partner Khan, and today we will be talking about the tour that we conducted on a local supermarket in our neighborhood. The purpose behind this tour is to think critically about Canada's food system by analyzing a grocery store to see how consumers are being impacted by this complicated and diverse system. We chose to analyze Chapter 1, Going to the Market, from the Supermarket Tour Report because we thought it would be an interesting experience to learn and think about just how complex a grocery store really is. Due to the scale and complexity of the chapter, we decided to only investigate this cereal aisle to show how store layouts promote impulse buying as well as the health impacts behind this. We decided to do our tour in the Metro on Gold Street because it's right on the Ryerson campus, which makes it a very popular shopping destination for students. Additionally, we also wanted to get the chance to perform a critical analysis on the store, as it would give us a deeper understanding of a typical grocery store layout. The store gives us the chance to learn about how much planning really goes into creating a grocery store.
Now we will move to the supermarket tour. The first thing is introduction to arrangement of the cereal aisle. While observing our aisle, we noticed that the most attractive and colorful cereal boxes that contain things like cartoon characters were placed at the beginning of the aisle because this increased the chance of them being spotted by children. This is a great selling tactic for the store because when the children scour the aisle, they may be attracted to these colorful products and beg the parents to buy them. Additionally, children also have a lower eye level, so the product aimed at them would be placed lower level to catch their attention. Children also like to buy the colorful boxes, while the adults want the healthier cereals products. As a result, the packaging for cereals consumed by children comes with warm colors such as red or yellow. Red color triggers the appetite and is a strong eye catcher. The yellow indicates optimism and cheerfulness. While the packaging for adult cereals is usually a green or brown, as those colors will give the perception of health and well-being. The image in the packaging also related to the image of natural or organic ingredients. We also noticed that there are 4 ranges and 3 sizes of cereal boxes for children. The products in the top range are the smallest size or lesser known brand, while the other 2 sizes, which are at the eye level, contain the most popular brands as well as regular size cereal boxes. At the bottom, there are the largest size of boxes, which are usually family size. For the adult, they are concerned about health rather than the colorful boxes and are willing to put in more effort to find a suitable product to meet their needs. Therefore, the cereal boxes for adults are usually arranged in the middle of the aisle with only small size, as the customers are more willing to go to find the appropriate item for them.
Additionally, all the cereal boxes are placed in the very front of each shelf, and the reason behind this is because it makes them more eye-catching to the consumer. People find it pleasing to see rolls filled with food because it symbolizes bountifulness, so if the shelves appear empty, then they assume something is wrong, even when there clearly isn't. Moreover, the store also arranged some of the more popular brands to be shown in multiple locations on the shelf, such as the kids and healthy sections. This tactic is a good example of just how competitive companies are when it comes to trying to draw in consumers to buy their products.
Moving to the health impacts. After investigating, the colorful and attractive packaging for children usually contain more sugar than for adults. For 50 grams or 60 grams of the cereal, it usually contains 10 or 15 grams of sugar. However, children should only consume 25 grams of sugar per day in order to avoid negative health impacts such as obesity or diabetes. Next, the arrangement of the aisle puts the most unhealthy products in the front as it contains the most sugar which attracts children. Following products are the less sugar cereal box and the last of the aisle is cereal box for adults. For this layout results in the increase of the number of children who consume unhealthy cereal. Moreover, cereals arranged at the eye level of children usually are in normal or oversized boxes, which also encourage them to take and consume more at home. And now we will talk about our experience. What surprised me most?
What was really surprising and interesting about this experience was learning about just how truly complicated our food system is. I knew that grocery stores had some organization to them, but I never expected them to be so meticulous with every single item that they have. I think that it was really neat to go into a store that I shop at regularly and take a step back and actually think about why do I have to travel all the way across the store to just buy milk or cereal instead of simply having it right near the front. This experience has given me a lot of insight into just how much effort goes into the layout of a grocery store, and that nothing is randomly placed anywhere like I previously believed.
I concentrated on the cereal aisle as a sample of how the store arranged the product. The most surprising to me is the organization of the products, from unhealthy to healthy, and the way the store maximizes its profit as much as possible. This made me think carefully about my buying habit and the health impact if I continue buying unintentionally. What did I learn?
I learned a lot about myself while I was conducting the supermarket tour. One of the biggest things that I noticed was that I didn't realize just how much impulse buying I was actually doing whenever I shopped. In the supermarket tour report, it mentioned just how fierce competition was when it came to any section of the grocery store. I never realized just how impactful this was on my shopping and eating habits, particularly when it came to impulse buying, as I typically just grabbed the brands that I'm familiar with. I personally try to avoid spending a humongous amount on groceries since I live by myself, but it still shocks me at how much I spend on food when it looks like I have so little in my shopping cart. I know that this is partially contributed to the fact that I probably ended up impulsively buying more food than I think I did, due to some of the items being conveniently placed or on sale.
Usually bought more than I planned when going to the grocery store. Therefore, it increased the chance of wasting foods because sometimes I couldn't consume all the things I bought. After learning and experiencing the supermarket tour, I realized that the way the store designed the layout and arranged the discount products made customers buy more, including me. The supermarket only wants to maximize its profit, not caring much about the food waste and customers' health, so it's just arranged to increase the sales as much as possible. How will I change my future shopping decisions?
The first tip that we came up with was to try and be wiser about our shopping habits. One of the best ways to do this is to make up a groceries list and not deviate from it. Additionally, you can also go to a smaller local store to buy your food, so that way you won't be as tempted to buy so many items. A second point that we suggest is to try and reduce your food waste when shopping. I've thrown out plenty of food in my home simply because I failed to eat it in time or it was an impulse buy at a store. To help stop this, you can plan your meals way in advance so that way you're not stuck wondering what to buy the next day. You can also use leftovers from previous meals to help strip out your food's potential. The last tip that we came up with was to scrutinize the nutrition labels on the items that you buy. One of the biggest tricks that we saw in our grocery store was the amount of unhealthy ingredients that went into supposedly healthy food. One of the best ways to learn about how to read a food label and healthy portion sizes is Canada's Food Guide. There are tons of information that helps consumers educate themselves on just what they should and shouldn't eat.
This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.